Dear John and Hank Green. Okay, so my first encounter with you guys was after I read Will Grayson by one of you, John, and David Levithan. I fell in love with that book, and I had been reading David Levithan's books for a while then, and I had just read that one, so I wanted to, research more about this John Green guy, and I found the Vlogbrothers, and I fell in love with the channel. This was probably my sophomore year in high school, so it's been about 4 years since then. I really got into Nerdfighteria about 6 months into watching the Vlogbrothers. I decided I would watch every single Vlogbrothers video to ever happen, and I did so, much to my schoolwork's dismay. It was a fun time. I discovered that a few of my classmates in high school were also Nerdfighters, and I became good friends with them, and that has continued throughout college. Just the wonderful people I meet happen to be Nerdfighters, and I just tend to love them even more because of that. Take my friend Kelly, for example, who is a college friend and also a Nerdfighter, and we've gotten even closer because of that, and it has just been amazing. So I just kind of wanted to make this video to thank you for just opening up those opportunities and just opening up a whole new community for people to enjoy. And I feel like you don't get enough credit for that. Like, it's a lot of people creating this community, of course, but you guys are the ones who founded it. You guys will always have that. You founded Nerdfighteria, John and Hank, and it's pretty amazing. One thing I really love about your videos is that you guys are very honest in them. There's a lot of variety in your videos, but one thing that remains consistent is your honesty about who you are and your opinions, and you don't apologize for it, and I love that. You guys talk about how you're feeling, and you're just very open, which it kind of scares me to be open about a lot of the things I'm feeling a lot of the time, and I just think it's pretty cool that you are. Especially with Esther Day, it's you guys have kind of taught me how to be more open with what I'm feeling and towards people, and just say it out loud. There's meaning in words, and sometimes things need to be heard and stated and defined, and I love that you guys have done that, and you encourage others to do so. I think that's why I just love, the whole platform of YouTube in general. It's people talking, it's real people talking, and you guys are the ones who really introduced me to, the video blogging side of YouTube. You guys inspired me to make my own videos. Well, sort of. Well, Hank especially, you inspired me to make my own videos via Lizzie Bennett Diaries, which I love so much. That was just kind of like the jump start to me starting to make videos and posting them on YouTube. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk about today was recent events in Nerdfighteria, and I feel like you guys have handled it pretty gracefully. There have been a lot of changes and shakeups, and one of my all-time favorite YouTubers before Alex Day became one of my least favorite people in the world. And I know that was the same for you, and you guys were actually friends with him, and a couple of the other people who were revealed to be not great people. I think what you guys did was handle yourself well. You admitted that you had some responsibility towards the community and towards the fandom, but you didn't dwell on it. You didn't move on from it necessarily, but you moved above it. You know, took those experiences and tried to learn from them. It's great to see that that's not just a lesson people talk about or people say, people actually do it, and it does help. John especially, I feel like you've been getting a lot of flack lately, and I think that has a lot to do with just the fact that your name is in a lot more places now than it used to be. And you mentioned recently on Twitter that some of that criticism is really getting to you, and I really love that you said that, first of all. I love that you were open about it. It was really nice to see that you felt like you could still say that you were hurt by some things, and you felt confident enough to say that, even though you're becoming more and more of a celebrity status. Just the Nerdfighteria community in general has been getting a lot of criticism lately, and I don't think the people in it, including me, are very used to that. I think criticism is important. I think constructive criticism is important, and I think that everyone has things they need to work on. Every community has flaws. I think you guys acknowledge them more so than the rest of the community does, and I think that I need to start acknowledging it, and the rest of the community does too. And I think you guys do set a pretty good example of that. You confront these things head on. The thing is, I really admire you guys, but I don't admire you guys in the same way I admire like a lot of celebrities. I don't admire you the same way I admire Taylor Swift, who has no idea I exist, and I don't, you know, see her on a regular basis. I feel like I see you guys on a regular basis because of your videos, and I've gotten to know you as people instead of as John, a writer of books, and Hank, whatever it is you're doing right now, musician, writer, internetrepreneur. I don't just know you as your labels, I know you as people, and I think the best thing that's come out of Nerdfighteria is that it's that you guys have taught people that you have to look at people complexly. That's like the #1 rule of Nerdfighteria. Look at people complexly. Look further than their face and look past their skin and look into what they're made of. Look at people as actual human beings instead of just, you know, one-dimensional, you know, side characters in your main plot. They have their own stories, and they have their own tales to tell. And I think that is so important, and you guys have really championed that. As Hank once said, and as has been repeated many a time, the truth resists simplicity, and you guys have resisted it as well. Despite the fact that most of your videos are 4 minutes long or less, you guys have really tried to understand complexities and understand them as complex. You don't try to dumb down things for your viewers to watch. You don't condescend to us at all, which I love. And I strive to do that in my own life. And as it says on the poster, that I don't think you can read, our actions build our world. And you guys have built Nerdfighteria through your actions, through encouraging community participation, through encouraging people to look at each other in complex ways. You guys have really encouraged that so much, and you guys have done it as well. You have, you know, taken every chance possible to include all of Nerdfighteria in everything you do, and also, you know, interact with Nerdfighteria as much as possible. Nerdfighteria is huge. You can't talk to every single one of us, and that's fine, and I think all of us in Nerdfighteria understand that, but I love that you guys are very open about that too. I guess what I admire about you guys is that you somehow strike the balance between being complex individuals yet still being really entertaining to watch at the same time. And you guys are, you know, hilarious at some points. You guys are very deep and sympathetic and empathetic at a lot of points, and you educate people. You guys are the men. If you guys were one person, you would be the man, but you guys are the men, and you're two different people too, which I love. You guys don't pretend that you are, you know, very similar. You guys are two completely different people, even though you're brothers. You guys have similar backgrounds, of course, but different backgrounds at the same time. You live in different places, you have different experiences, and I love that we get to see two individual people's experiences in the context of one another. That's very, very English major of me to say, but it's true. I just love that we get to see both of you in your journeys through life. Even though you're not like daily vlogging or anything, I think what you have to say is more important on YouTube sometimes than like just watching you go and get lunch every day. But the thing is, it's not just what you say, it's what you do. You guys have done so much charitable work through Nerdfighteria, and you guys have enabled and empowered Nerdfighteria itself to be charitable, to be a charitable organization, the Foundation to Decrease World Suck, and I think that is amazing. I know I am guilty of not having done a Project for Awesome video, sorry about that, but I will. I just have to find a charity that I really care about. It's hard to do, but I do believe in that cause. I just want to thank you guys for doing everything you do. You never had to do this for us. Originally, your channel was for both of you to reconnect as brothers, and somehow that turned into a huge community of people that try to look at each other complexly and try to do good in the world and decrease world suck and increase awesome. And you guys are awesome for, you know, taking all of that in stride and continuing to do great things. And I really, really admire that, and I hope that I can, you know, strive to do the same. Okay, so internet, focus on internet now. Hey guys who actually watch my videos, so this was day 2 in a 7-day project where I create open letter videos to people I admire. So day 1 was Taylor Swift, and you can, I'll probably leave a link to a playlist or the previous video in the description. So I will see you guys tomorrow with a new open letter to a person I admire, and I hope you enjoyed, and like, subscribe, whatever, do all that stuff, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!